All right, guys, one sec, and then we'll get this going. What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's doing well. It looks like they're just about to get started as well, or should I say Phil's just about ready to get started. So we're going to fire this up here. Does it start at 10 p.m.? Yes. I think they went live a little early, a few minutes early, but might give a few minutes here to Phil to get ready. So just give me 1 second here, guys, and we'll get started. We'll get going, and we'll see what we get today. Okay. Can you guys hear everything? Looks like you can, right? Snart Crest. What's going on, everybody? Hope everyone's doing well on this Friday. Friday. How's everyone doing, man? How's everyone doing? Everyone doing well or what? All right. Okay. All right, so looks like Phil is apparently running a solo stream today. So I honestly don't know. It seems like it was last minute. I think so. For anyone who wasn't in the Twitch chat, basically, he said he was looking for Layla, and then Layla hasn't been around, and then he said, "Oh, Layla's out sick today." So it seems like he might have been caught unsuspecting for this, and I don't think Andy's around either. So it's the solo show. So we'll see how this goes. All good. How about you? I'm all right, Jalen. I'm all right, man. Mark, Cosmic, Darth, Davnus. Hope you guys are doing well, man. DC, what's up, man? What's going on, buddy? All right. Hope everyone's enjoying. All right. Jonas, what's up, man? How you doing, dude? How you doing? All right, guys. So just a heads up, man. I got a 6:30 end tonight. Hard stop at 6:30. I got to watch the Capitals and the Bruins go at it tonight. So 6:30 is probably my hard stop. But if it kind of dies down before then, it's gonna be a shorter one tonight, guys. It's gonna be a shorter one. So just kind of a heads up here that I do have a hard stop. I'm gonna order some pizza tonight. Probably have a couple beers and just watch some hockey tonight. Right? J-Lam, what's up? Revelation, what's going on? Dragon, what's up, man? It's so hot over here. I'm in the south. Dude, in Toronto today, it was like 30 degrees, man. It was a hot one today, bro. It's starting to get to that time of the year where it's hot everywhere, you know? If Andy isn't in the dev stream to know MCU skin tees, maybe not, Cosmic, but they might do something on Twitter like they did for Hulk and Iron Man. Avery, what's going on, man? How you doing? But yeah, it was hot today, man. It's starting to get to that time of the year where like I want to be outside, you know? Like sometimes being outside during these days is just so nice. So I'm trying to do that a little bit more. Roll up the Mary. Ooh, it's a good idea too. It's a good idea too, Phil. What's going on, man? How you doing? Let's go. How many times a week you eat pizza? Ah, man, it's like once a week at this point. I should probably cut that down to like 2 times a month. It's literally like once a week, man. It's starting to get a little disgusting, but you got to do it, you know? It's been raining all day for you. It's supposed to rain here this weekend. I wanted to go down to the marina this weekend, but it's supposed to rain, so probably won't. Did you get the Endgame Iron Man? Yeah, on your Xbox? No, I haven't. I played Red Room Takeover last night, Cosmic, and then I just turned the game off, and I just kind of chilled for the rest of the night, man. I was just I don't know. I will though. I'm gonna get it before it rolls out of the shop, but it's gonna survive a few rotations of the weekly shop, anyways. The Mary. Hopefully, you show the endgame Thor skin. Well, so it only is Phil today, guys. So as far as I know, it's only just Phil. So I'm not sure what we're gonna get today. Might be a weird stream. So I would probably say hold a little bit of expectations in check, because Andy does a lot of that teasing stuff. Not to say Phil can't, but usually it's Andy that does it. So I'm not sure how this is gonna work today. It's hot over here in New York. Yeah, dude. I mean, you're right across the depending on where in New York you are, you're just right across the lake, man. It was hot today here. It was fucking. I don't know. I need to like move my computer setup outside and just like stream from outside, just to enjoy the weather. You know. I finished this Red Room Takeover in like an hour. Yeah, if you like the challenges themselves are like an hour. All the mission chains are like 3 hours. Hopefully MCU cap soon. Hopefully. That's the one I'm waiting for personally. That is the one I'm waiting for, man. Darius, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Oh, we got the trailer. Okay. Is this the Red Room trailer? Can you guys hear everything? Can you guys hear everything okay? Feels like every week I'm fighting with the sound, but... We're going to ton this week. Hope I have to do the Red Room. Oh, Matthew, it won't take you long, man. It really won't take you long. I need the Thor skin more. It's been a while. True. No, Yelena fight sucks. That's what I'm personally disappointed about, J-Lam. Like, I said it on Twitter yesterday that, like, that's the most disappointing part to me, you know? But, I don't know. Yeah? Okay, perfect. Let's see. The solo show.
All right. Happy Friday, everyone.
All right. Just making sure you guys can hear him
Start
good.
at the beginning. Can you hear me okay?
I think he's a little quiet. Quiet.
Hey, guys.
We need more bearded Thor skins, maybe even braided hair. I agree with that. Yes, Phil, that's a glitch right now. They know about it.
I am by myself.
They know about the champion system.
Circumstances. Andy was out, and Layla is not feeling well, so I'm by myself. Is this the revenge stream? Maybe.
The most disappointing part? Yeah, yours is glitched, right?
If it gives
I remember
you
you saying that. That sucks, man.
Most adult supervision that we have today is Calyx.
That sucks, dude.
Yep, there we go. So Calyx is single-handedly responsible for making sure that I don't do anything terrible. Good luck, buddy.
The story of the event is in the flavor text of the Harvest.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Let's get into it.
I know.
Today's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be like we normally do. We've got a bunch of.
I thought my game was tripping. No. It's a glitch with their calculations. It's on their end.
And then I'll answer a bunch of questions as much as possible. Since it's by myself today, I'll answer mostly just on stream. So usually I type a bunch of answers. So I'll try to be clear with.
Do they know about Kate's parry also being broken down? Some skins or sword is clipping? So no, I'll put that in the feedback.
Red Room Takeover event. Hold on. So that's going to be going on until May 31st. We consider this a smaller event because we're basically still spending resources on some bigger things. So just so you kind of understand the scope of the event. And I'll say right now, we are aware of some of the issues with the Red Room. So like the waves not completing properly. There are some people that are working on that right now. So sorry if you're having some issues with that. We are looking into it. There's a possibility that the issue comes from not completing the Red Room and then leaving and then coming back to it. Or at least that might be part of it. So if you do start one, you probably want to try to finish it in your actual session. But again, that may not be the entire issue. Champion levels are out. So super excited about that. I'll talk about that in just a second. Also, we have a Modoc nameplate in celebration of Marvel's Modoc, which you can watch on Hulu right now. If you are trying to figure out how to get the Modoc nameplate, it has something to do with Modoc. So you have to do something in the game that has to do with Modoc. I'm sure you guys can piece it together. I mean, it's not a huge secret. If you already have access to it, that means you've already done the thing that you were supposed to do to get it. How many of you already have the Modoc nameplate?
Oh, I was gonna say, if you completed the campaign, you have it.
Not bad. All right. Nice. In fact, some of you would have multiple Modoc nameplates with a feature that we added recently.
I want to watch it so bad, Tristan, but I'm waiting until 10 o'clock tonight, dude. I'm so excited for it.
There we go. It's already been... Somebody's already set out to get it. Not a big secret. Also, as of yesterday, we have the Iron Man and the Hulk MCU outfits. Personally, love both. Super excited to see more MCU outfits.
So to get the one right, you have to complete the campaign and beat Modoc. For the second one, it's free in the marketplace.
By her appearance in the Deadly Origins comic series, where she goes in Russia and she has to blend in with the snow. I've actually got some pictures of some of those. Actually, why don't we look at those? Let's see. We have...
Phil is such a boomer, bro. He's such a boomer, dude. You know the whole season's up on Hulu, right? Not if you're on Hulu, yes. If you're on if you have Disney Plus anywhere else in the world, you only have one episode. So yeah, Hulu, yes. Disney Plus, no.
Yeah. So my audio's not set up properly. No, it's okay. It's my audio's not set up properly on the pages where I have the outfit. See, I know I was gonna do something wrong. I could fix it, but you know, it's okay. It's all right. It's just gonna be quiet while we look at the pictures. Like we'll just pretend like it's a moment of silence when we look at the pictures. Okay, so.
Damn, that sucks. Yeah, it does, man. It does.
Next one and moment of silence.
It's kind of ass, to be honest with you. I mean, it's good because I'm doing like watch parties in the Discord on a weekly basis. So I mean, like it kind of works, but it's also gonna be shitty because people are gonna see the whole thing, and then I'm gonna have to like moderate spoilers or whatever for people who are watching it on a weekly basis. So
okay, all right.
It sucks. It sucks.
One of my favorite outfits. And then I will show
MCU Hulk's a little texture downgrade during mission. Oh, really? Really? Oh, interesting. I told Chaz he had to complete the champion to get the name. That's so bad, DC. You're such a jerk, bro. There's a visual bug with Iron Man they know about. I think they do know about it. Yeah, it's the shoulders being green, right? I saw a lot of that on Twitter yesterday. And if I saw a lot of it, I imagine they saw a lot of it too. I would hope so.
That was our update.
Why is he showing the skins that are already out? Just as like their like weekly update thing.
We had a patch that was pushed 1.7 on Tuesday, which includes champion levels, gear changes, and the Red Room. Thank you for all the positive comments. That was really, really awesome. It was.
Are you gonna stream Modoc on Twitch? No, I'm gonna stream it in my Discord. Like there's like a little chat. There's like a chat for Modoc and everything. So
the new gear, by the way, PL 127 and 129 gear dropping for Power 130 players. So we're aware of it. We're working on it. Let's see. Gear vendors. Okay, so just a clarification, because a lot of people had questions about this. So on the vendor, you're going to see gear that's got the level of, that's appropriate for the characters that you have. So for example, if you have an Iron Man that's PL 130 and your Thor is PL 30, regardless of which hero you use to speak to the vendor, you're going to see epic or legendary gear for Iron Man that's around 130 and uncommon gear for Thor since he's 30. For those of you asking, Andy had a day off today and Layla is not feeling well, so that's why I am by myself. Okay. Let's see. So some people were asking if the changes that we did for gear drops is gear 2.0. It is not Gear 2.0. It is certainly a step in the direction of Gear 2.0, but that is not at all the entire thing. Let's see. Okay, the war table. So in the UI, it shows uncommon gear as a reward for a lot of missions. That is the minimum reward. That is not what you are going to get. So clearly that's not super great information. So we're going to work on making that better for you. Just don't worry that, you know, yes, there's my Slack notifications. Actually, I'm going to check.
Hop on the stream with Phil so he isn't by himself. Imagine. I would love to. But,
yeah, I think it might be Layla. All right.
I mean,
I have to use Slack. It's how I work.
I'm
That's how
pretty
we do
sure
this now with
they
remote
wouldn't let
where I
me
can
within
mute
like
it
10
though.
feet of an official
But
stream.
we'll see if we get disturbed a lot. Oh yeah, so champion levels. I'll talk about it now since you guys were asking. So here's the thing with champion levels. As far as we
I agree,
know,
Brooks.
they're working the way that they're supposed to. Now, here's what doesn't work the way it's supposed to, is the way that the stats are being displayed. The system is very, very similar to what we've been doing with the comic books for a while. Now, that doesn't mean there's no issues. We're still looking into it. But the problem is that some of the stats affect some base stats that you have a harder time seeing. We're talking about it internally. In between Gear 2.0 and this, there's a lot of stuff that we want to show.
Which one of you knocked
differently,
my internet off?
especially in
I'm
terms
kidding.
of
I'm kidding.
stats, so that it makes a lot more sense and it's a lot more obvious what you're getting out of these things. So that's something we're gonna work on. We're trying to see if we can do an update for champion levels so that you have a much better idea of what you're actually getting. So we'll have an update on that as soon as we have something. But our director of UI was out this week, so as soon as he's back, we'll talk to him. We want to do something so that you can have an easier time seeing exactly what you get out of stats. Let's see. What else do I have? A known issue with the Red Room animated team template not being rewarded. We're working on a fix for that. It might have already happened, but we're actually actively working on that. I talked about it earlier. I just want to repeat it because I think it's worth it. But the Red Room does have some issues where the waves will not complete properly. So we're actively working on that. The Iron Man MCU outfit. It's got some weird green stuff on the shoulders. We're working on that too. Yeah, Sunday's asking about the 3% versus the +3. We're looking into that to make sure that everything's okay, but technically we believe the system is working as it should. What isn't great is how we display the stats, so it's kind of misleading what you're getting. I don't want to get into a super deep explanation because I'm clearly not the best person to explain this, but basically there's a difference between your basic stats, like how much damage your character does under the hood as a default, versus how much damage you're doing when you actually punch somebody, which is after all the modifiers. So we believe the modifiers are as they should be, but you have a hard time right now understanding if it's doing 3% or not and why it shows 3%. So we're working on a better UI for that and a better update. But like I said, we're looking into it to make sure there's no issues. There could be some, but for now, at least for the +3 versus 3%, we don't think there's a bug. And again, we'll explain more how that stuff works. Actually, talking with the combat guys to get hopefully a write-up that really explains how this stuff works so that we can dispel any sort of confusion. The Ruskaya Protocol's mission chain reset. So we're still looking into that. I don't have any better updates on that other than that's still something that we're looking into. So the marketplace has a ton of new pages. It's going to be up at least until the next big patch, which is 1.8. It could be longer too if you guys like having this many options. That's one of those. Let us know how you feel about it. In terms of MCU Outfits, are we going to have more in May? We're done with MCU Outfits for May. The next time will be next month. And basically we released Hulk and Iron Man right away because, like we said, as soon as they're ready, we release them. So as soon as we have more, we'll give you guys some dates on that. But obviously, we release them as soon as we have them. Nobody wants to hold on to these. Let's see. Okay, I think that covers all the big high-level stuff I had for updates. Before we talk about other things, are there bugs or issues that you guys were hoping to get an update on the stream today?
I think that's most of the stuff that people have brought up recently, right? I don't know if this is correct here, right? 3% plus 3?
He says you owe us OLTs. Yes, we do.
I don't know,
are
man.
Absolutely correct.
I don't.
One of them I am going to play actually this afternoon to make sure everything's okay. But if everything goes right, it's coming out in the next patch. don't be mad at me if something happens. There could still be bugs that we find, but I believe we're about ready for that one. There's another one that needs to get tested, and then as soon as I can get a handle on that, I'll have a better idea when it comes out. The other one is cloning labs. We've talked about cloning labs before, so you know what to expect. But that's basically what we're dealing with right now. Thanks for asking.
It's funny. Some people tap because they think you're a developer. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe my branding's a little too close.
Other issues maybe that you guys were hoping to get.
What are OLTs? Mega level threats. So end game content. I guess some calculations has to be done, I suppose. I guess so, but like 3% versus +3, right? Like.
Usually.
What he's trying to say is the actual buff is working. It's just displayed as +3.
It's super helpful.
Oh, wait. So it's a UI bug. Oh.
Let's see. You guys have been asking about Chastity McBride rework. Not yet. It's also not something that I'm personally working on, so I'm probably not the best person to give you some information.
All right, fair. That's fair.
We are going to give you guys an update as soon as we have a write-up and everything is sorted out.
So it's just giving you the wrong indication of what it's doing.
Macintosh is asking about the Hawkeye PS skin. I know there's still some issues with that. I've seen people working on it. I don't know what's up with that, though. I haven't gotten an update on whether everything is solved or not. I'll ask again. All right. King Leo's asking if multiplayer mega hives is a thing. We are working on that. That is something that is coming. Prime, Turbulence Elite Mission. That it's missing? Are you having some issues with that one?
I feel like Phil, like it's like dead air right now. It's so funny, man.
You're getting gray gear from the red.
Oh yeah.
Let me look into that.
No, it's gray gear from Mega Hive, right?
I don't know what's actually supposed to drop in there, but
it's gray gear from the Mega Hive, I believe.
Comics should still be dropping from chest. So if that's not working, I will look.
Comics from chest. But that I think this is a lower drop rate than before.
The Hawkeye Heroic is something I've reported to the combat team, but I don't know if there's any updates on that.
I just want some Black Panther news and updates. It might be next month, man, with E3. E3 or there's summer kind of showcase.
Brown Bull certainly trying to get at least one out to you as soon as possible. So
I think that was an OLT question.
Trying.
Wonder if they're gonna fix the green shoulders in the endgame Iron Man spin. He did acknowledge that.
No, I'm not aware of any changes to the drop rate of exotics in the last Avenger, but I can certainly take a look. We did just make a pretty significant change to how the gear drops in the game. I know some of you have seen it. Which, out of curiosity, do you guys like the changes to the gear drops?
What's up, Taboo? Not much, man.
Gear, minus, I know there's a bug with the.
Phil's just kind of going over a lot of the stuff that that they're working on. So a lot of the bugs this week that
all right, if you
are here.
What do you not like, and what would you
so like right there, essentially? I think Phil answered my Q on OT's coming next patch. Yeah, I think I got it, Leafy. This one, right? He's playing it this afternoon. If it's good, it's coming out next patch. Appreciate you asking that, man.
Superior Chris is asking, will the Tachyon event come back or be permanent? I will tell you that we are looking very seriously into allowing you to play multiple heroes all the time. That's something that we would like to do. That's something that I very much want to do. No firm yes or no on that today, but I can tell you that that's something that I really, really want to see. Someone is asking, it went by too quick, but will we allow trading between players? No, that is not something that is in the books right now. Any updates on Patrol? Not today, Brown Bull, but I hope to be able to give you one soon. Mostly just because nothing really has changed in the last week or so, so I don't really have anything new to report.
Are Omega level threats boss battles? Essentially, yeah. They're like
Dark Searcher, keep in mind that just because you may have seen something doesn't mean it was finished. So we have work to do before the skins are actually releasable, and that's
it's like bigger. I don't want to say bigger, but it's more intense combat, more intense missions, I should say. Just even the buff Kate melee or melee in general.
If there's a gear cap, what do you mean by gear cap? Like in terms of the power level?
No worries, dude. No worries. Yeah, it's gonna be a smaller stream today by both Phil and myself. It seems like just because, I don't really know how much he has to say. I guess. So man, just got here. What I missed? Not much, man. Not much, bro.
Kids eat toast. Will we ever be able to grind for marketplace items? That's a complicated answer. With some of the reworks that we're doing, we want you to have more control and more ability to acquire things. That's about as much as I can say today, just because a lot of these designs are still being worked on. But I believe you will be happy with the new systems when Gear 2.0 drops.
Wait, the person asked about marketplace items.
I've seen a lot of people asking about this, like with the Tony being able to be out of armor or opening his helmet. I think it's a super, super cool idea. I don't know that there's any plans to do that right now, just because there tends to be way more important things for us to work on. But it's not a suggestion that people don't like. Like, it's been communicated many times. A lot of people are asking about ability to turn off some VFX or effects. We passed that suggestion along. I don't know if it's something that's going to happen, just to be honest about it. But I've certainly passed that suggestion along. I'll look into it and see if that's something that we have a possibility to do. More rewards to the hero cards from Eddie. Eddie, that's a good question. We're actually reworking a little bit how we want to do that stuff. No updates on that today, but we would like the idea of a chase card to be more rewarding. So that's something we're looking into. Iron Avengers asking if there's going to be a patch to change the skins in the A-Day cinematics. Not right now. That's not something we're planning for. It's actually pretty complicated to do those updates because we basically have to redo that scene. That's probably not the most cost-effective thing for us to do at this point. But I understand why you would like that. Will characters get longer hair? Man, what a popular question. I'll use that opportunity to say that there's some lesson learned in hair issues, and the team that's working on cosmetics is taking that very seriously. So moving forward, we're going to make some big efforts to make sure that things are meeting yours and our expectations. Yes, I know. I've seen all your pictures for the Black Widow hair, all the way down to Cousin It. So well done. Great creativity. I appreciate that. Can we do a Q&A on the Avengers Discord page? I guess we could. We could talk to Andy about it. Yes, I have seen a bunch of suggestions for Black Panther. I will tell you that Black Panther has been designed for a little while. So, but I appreciate, I mean, I always love when you guys think of heroics and powers and ideas and character mashups, and I mean that stuff is awesome. We pass a lot of it along to the team. The team actually loves to see the stuff that you guys work on. Like, even if it's like UI or power ideas, like literally anything, we love to share that internally. Other enemy types. Yes, there will be other enemy types in the game. There's actually a pretty large faction that's going to come this summer. Update on loadouts. Still something that we want to do. I don't believe that we've locked in exactly when and how, but yes, that is something we want to do.
Just
control date.
Just a quick heads up. They play tested for this, by the way. Just a heads up. Did I say that?
Red rooms be permanent? That's a good question. I will pass that along. In general, the idea with the events is that they come out for a while, then they go away, and something else takes its place. But if you really, really love something, let us know, and we'll certainly take that into consideration. Also, if you want to see more things like the Red Room, that's also something that we can look into doing.
I got you, Darius. Don't worry, dude. I got you.
KD Sweets is
I can't tag Phil on
asking, can
Twitch.
we
Yeah, I
make the
can't
Tachyon
tag him
Rift
either
missions
sometimes,
playable
Derek.
solo? That's actually a really good question. I'm not necessarily against it personally. They are a little bit tricky to do by yourself, and the companions definitely aren't, you know, super useful compared to a player for getting orbs. But out of curiosity, for everyone who is here, who would like to be able to play Tachyon missions solo, as in not having to matchmake?
Somnus. So that in particular, I know that was discussed privately, and I know that's something they're
Okay,
looking at.
all right.
I know I saw some chatter about
Couple
that
of
particularly.
please no.
Um,
All right. Well, we'll see if that's something that we can consider.
I'm just double checking for you. Hold on.
Okay, let's see. Having pings matching the color of the players. Hold on, let me make sure I got this right. Gold, silver regulation chests would rather players mention.
Yeah, so those
That's
will
actually
be
a good
fixed.
idea.
Don't buy those. Yes, those
Let
will
me
be
see if we
fixed.
can do that. That's a good idea. I'm totally using slow mode right now. Ooh, Brown Bull, that's a good question. I can't say anything about it, but I wish I could. Other than it's cool, I promise. I know it's super vague. We'll talk about it as soon as we have something concrete. Will there be harm room changes in the future? Yeah, I mean, if you kind of look at what we did with the red room, we're trying different things. So yeah, absolutely. If there's things very specifically that you like to see in harm rooms, please let us know, and we'll do our best to integrate that stuff. Somebody's asking for more puzzles. Yeah, especially with the mega level threats, we'll look into adding more puzzles. That's definitely a thing. Crimson Widow's asking about bugs for Grapple for Nat and Clint. I will take a look at that. I'm not aware of exactly what's wrong and what's being fixed, so I will ask. The cosmetic rework, I don't know exactly when that's coming out, but we will let you know as soon as we have the patch date. Cave Spider asked if we were going to do a low-key villain sector. I would love to do low-key as a villain, but we haven't announced anything like that right now. Murphy is asking if I got my PS5 back yet. No, not yet. I'm waiting patiently. I am still playing on my PS4 right now with my older save game, unfortunately. I'm trying to answer all your questions, guys. I'm sorry, but there are a lot that's scrolling quick. Any plans for a War Table UI change? Yes, actually, very much. That's something that we want to improve on. Better visibility for what the missions are, what the rewards are. We're also looking into adjusting things like, let's say, the frequency of certain villains who like to show up multiple days in a row. We're going to take care of that. We actually have a pretty good plan for that. Let's see. Billy B is asking, will we get a Modoc villain sector? Maybe. I would like to make one. It's something that we have considered. Prime is asking if Scarlet Witch or Doctor Strange will be coming to the game. That's something that I would love to do, but we haven't announced that. Yeez Supreme is asking what skins are we going to add after the endgame skins. I actually don't know myself, but I will look into that and I'll see if we can get an idea of the theme or give you guys a tease on that. Goro, we know about the Hawkeye hair desire. We have passed that suggestion along. I don't know what will happen though. That's not for me to decide. Katie Sweets, I had understood what you were saying. The breakout mission was a little bit different because it was meant to be the onboarding for Tachyon, so it's tuned a little bit differently. That is why. Any Jordan is asking any plans for cross progression between platforms. Not right now, no. But I understand why you would want something like that. I'll ask to see if there's any future plans for something like that. I know this comes up regularly, but I would still love to get even crossplay in, so that's definitely something we want to look into. Nate Sticker, you're kind of asking about Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange. We'd love to do magic. I mean, it would be awesome. We just haven't announced anything.
All right,
like
my
that
bad.
at this time.
What about plans about War Machine? They're not gonna really talk about characters, especially Phil just by himself. Like character stuff is not stuff they're gonna talk about. Like, you know,
Shocker says you've completed all the Red Room takeover challenges. Good job. That's awesome.
Like he's not gonna be like, oh my god, guys, you want to hear about Doctor Strange or War Machine? It's just I
quite enjoyed watching revealing too much dunking.
Why do you get great level 50 gear when doing the long chain hive mission? The Mega Hive. We don't know.
Actually,
I think.
I'm curious. What's your your best dunk strategy? Who's your best hero?
I have that written down somewhere.
In the hazard.
Where did I write that? Hold on. I did write that down.
Mala, Thor, Hulk, Widow. All right.
Wait.
Everybody.
Gray? Wait. Wait, where is it? Hold on. I wrote it down.
Kamala. Lots of Kamala. Yeah. And it's kind of even.
Did I write that down, guys? I know I did. Oh, gray gear from Mega Hive.
Okay. All right.
I think someone said it was from the Red Room, but I think it's the Mega Hive, right?
Yeah, Widow does have some really good.
I'm afraid of the weapon skins. We'll be able to change Thor's name to Stormberg as a recaller. We don't know, TJ. We don't know, man. Go up.
Just sends enemies flying.
I got you.
Ren is asking if costume engrams patterns in our game. Actually, I see you're a Destiny player. Yes, we're changing what.
Hold on, Michael. I mean, everyone has their own style of content, man.
Boy, gray gear and hives. Are you talking about
there it is?
Or something that you got throughout the hives from enemies?
Yeah, everyone has their own style of content. Everyone has their own audience that goes with their content, right? Personally, not my kind of content that I enjoy, but
Alien Fodder is
asking for others.
If you have any plans to add space to the inventory locker and make it more easily available in game? I don't know. I will ask though. This has come up more than once. I'll see if I can get an answer on that.
Yeah, TJ. The issue is
for Thor skins. Yeah,
they fixed it.
Totally. I mean, you know me. I love.
So
Thor,
they fixed it. So at a certain point, if you redeemed the skin, you got 616 instead of 1610. They fixed it so that after
anything Cosmic Cube related.
So after a certain point, you were able to get. You were able to get the original skin that you were supposed to get, but the people who already redeemed the skin weren't able to get that skin. You know what I mean? So if you'd redeemed it before a certain point, you're still waiting to get the right skin. If you redeemed it after a certain point, you were able to get that skin.
Plenty of work to do on the TV side of this game, and
are they back in the office yet? No, they're not.
It's not something that's in our plans, at least at this time.
I mean, it is what it is, Juan. I mean, it is what it is.
Veteran Morn, any chance that other gear slots will see base stat values above 70, like the new heroic slot stats? So we're doing a pretty big rework of gear. Stats should be a lot more meaningful. We're also working on updating UI, like I was talking about earlier. So in upcoming patches, you're gonna see a much better UI that's gonna allow you to understand your stats better, and then you're also gonna see gear that's a little bit better tuned and more ways to interact with your gear. So you should like the new systems a lot more. I certainly do. Ooh, that's a good question, Ike. Eddie Monster is asking, any plans to allow every mission end to not stick you in place and let you move around since the Red Room allows it? It's actually a little bit tricky to do that because there's a lot of things that you can do at the end of the level that would break things. Like if you jump to your death, for example, at the end of the mission, we'd have to account for that and checkpoint and all that. So it's doable. I don't know if and when we will, but I'm not in love with our end of mission flow right now, so that's something that I would love to improve on. Just give you a chance to actually get your loot and, maybe play in a moat or two and then go out of level. So it's something I would love to do. Baby boy, no, I am not showing the OLP today.
No, there's no MCU skins until.
But as soon as I can, I absolutely will.
June.
Without spoiling.
So 1 week, potentially 1 week. So no MCU skins next week.
Netstar, you should already be able to skip most intros and cutscenes. Brown Bull, I don't know what my highest champion is because I'd have to look on my dev account. Good question. I don't know by heart. Also, I have too many characters between all my accounts. It gets confusing. Let's see.
Oops, my bad. I've read that.
Drop from regular chest after the event.
So I read that while I was muted. The idea is, TJ, that being back in the office allows them to have a quicker workflow than they would at home, right? I think for anyone who works at home right now or still is working at home, I think there's sacrifices you make to your productivity because of like the environment that you work in, right? For people who work with like kids or don't have like a dedicated office space or may not have the best hardware, depending on your job, like there are sacrifices you make when you work from home. So the idea is that once they're back in the office, or like a certain portion of the team is back in the office, there is the idea that they'll be able to pick up the pace quicker, just due to like no distractions, better equipment. You're not communicating through Slack, waiting for messages come by. You can go talk to people face to face. Like the idea is that you're a more cohesive unit in the office than you are working from home. And that's not to say every company's like that, but it seems like Crystal Dynamics is a company that needs to be.
The Patriot is asking
in the office.
Raid type content like fighting multiple bosses. Yes, absolutely. Our answer to that type of content is Omega level threat content. So when we talk about that, assume that falls within that realm of more challenging.
I got the notes there. Yes, I got the notes.
Iron Avengers asking, will we add stealth missions? Not right now. We're not really that kind of game, and we don't really have good systems for it. So I don't.
Did they actually say until June? Did they say they're not showing it? No, it's until June. It's until June. You're not getting any more Mcu skins next month or next week. Sorry, not until June.
Defeated without the other enemies being alerted. So if you drop in from above with Hulk and do a big AOE, that technically constitutes a stealth attack, which I always thought was hilarious, and I absolutely love it.
Yes, they said June.
Ultimate Parker is asking a good question. Why the Red Room is not multiplayer? That's something that we want to support moving forward. It's technical engineering reasons, but we're absolutely looking into making content that, moving forward, I mean, I don't want to promise this because I just can't, and it's not, within my wheelhouse to promise this, but we certainly want to have a big focus on making things multiplayer functional whenever we release content. So that's something we're looking very much into to make sure that we can do that. Man Marvel is asking, will the new enemy type be robots? No, they will not be. there, that constitutes a spoiler, technically. Shrek, the Super Adaptoid villain sector. That's a good question. I have a Super Adaptoid thing that's coming. I know, vague.
That's the first OLT, by the way. Super Adaptoid is gonna be the first OLT.
I am super behind. All right, skipping back to real time because I'm answering like 10 minutes in the past now. Let's see. Any chance of Asgard or Stark Tower? I would love to do those. Those are awesome environments. Somebody's asking about the elevator conversations. We've talked about this actually in the past more than once. It's one of those things where with the load times getting a lot quicker, it kind of threw a curveball at us. The thing is if we did make the elevators wait for the conversations, then your faster load times would be for naught. So kind of it's the kind of thing where I think it would have to be an opt-in. But then if you don't want to hear them and the person you're playing with in multiplayer does want to hear them, who takes precedence? It's a little bit tricky. Not a great solution yet on that, but I certainly understand why you want to hear those conversations. If you guys remember Nicole, our narrative director, we're talking about ways to bring back some of those conversations. We're trying to see if there's a way that we can make that happen.
What have I missed? Anything awesome? It's not really, Trip, to be honest with you, dude. It's just kind of like a lot of like
Nate, we've been talking about this for a while.
You know,
I believe that that's something that we want to do. Let me look into
Did you ask about Endgame Thor? I know if I did, he wouldn't tell me anyways. I know if I did, he wouldn't tell me. I don't know if my questions will get through to. We can just kind of
love your name,
see this.
By the way. Will Wakanda content have Black Panther based big baddies like Killmonger, etc.? Wakanda has really interesting bad guys, and that's all I will say for now. Definitely not allowed to talk about that, but it'll be cool, I promise. I think in Wakanda you're gonna see. It's hard to describe it without giving a lot of details, but it's gonna be some of the most comic book inspired, like cool high action stuff that we've done so far in multiplayer, I feel. So I'm really excited about it. Brown Bull's asking, will we see 160 plus enemies again? We're reworking difficulty, so that's something that we're looking into. I know you guys want to have the option to play more challenging content. Super hard, super understood. We're working on something for that. I know a bunch of you are asking about Spider-Man. There's no Spider-Man news today. I'm sorry. There will be Spider-Man news as soon as there are Spider-Man news to be given.
Theo, I think that question was asked, but I missed it, man. I missed it. Someone in here may have heard it. I missed it.
Protagon, I'm sorry. I'm probably saying this wrong. You're asking, will we get continuation of that Loki story? I would like to continue that story. Those Thor missions were really fun to work on. You will have to see on that. Somebody was suggesting just to make the elevator conversations happen during combat and in the world. We're thinking about something along those lines.
Alright, Kieran, I'll catch you later, bro. Someone should ask about Shang-Chi.
Claws are law is asking.
You said they'll stay if it's highly requested. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you.
Stats or workbench of sorts. I've said this in the past, but with Gear 2.0, you're going to get much more control over your gear so that
what did I just hit?
You have more flexibility to keep the gear that you like longer and to get the stats that you want. So
I just hit
give
something.
any
What did I just
details
hit?
because none of these things are approved for me to talk about, nor am I the best person to talk about it. But I will tell you that you will like everything that we're doing.
Oh wait, hold on. Control. Wait.
Let's see. Toxics is asking, will we ever get a horde mode? Maybe. I would love to do a horde mode.
Go to view.
Brown Bull, my favorite feature of Patrol is the fact that you can do whatever you want, and there's no primary objective in Patrol other than hang out in patrols.
Uh-oh.
Which I really appreciate.
Uh-oh. I don't know what I hit, man. Fellas.
The Chosen is asking, will we get a roadmap update after Black Panther? That's something we're going to look into. Of course, the roadmap format was really, really successful. So once we figure out everything, I'm sure we'll release another graphic with that information.
Oh, no, dude.
Lord Pog is a good question. How will Gear 2.0 affect our current gear and builds? Will we need to rework our builds? That's a good question. So, yes and no is the answer. You may want to do different things when Gear 2.0 comes out. And certainly, if we do things like increase a power cap, then you
I'm paraphrasing this one.
Some, higher level gear. I'll see how much details we can give on that so that you guys can plan for it. But of course, the idea is that we add on top of what we have. Cave Spider is asking, any new teasers in this stream, or will that be happening another day? I don't have any teasers today other than the stuff we were just talking about that released yesterday. So next stream for more teases. Mega Charizard, my hives are missing. I'm sorry, dude. I'll see what's going on with that.
Jesus, man. All said he loved that Ormo. Daniel, thank you. The Patriot
is asking, how open will Patrol be and what to do in what wasteland? So we've talked about this a little bit in the past, but patrols are big open spaces where you can get.
If it's a content patch, Itachi, it'd probably be 1.8
at your own pace.
It'd probably be 1.8.
So
I forget.
Fundamentally, it's about fighting and getting.
I forget how Phil said the patching works, but if I remember enough of it correctly, it sounds like it'd be a part of 1.8.
That's as much as I can talk about for now. Let's see. All right, jumping back to the present. I'm answering 10 minutes in the back again. Let's see. How many OLTs are in the work? 3 currently is the answer to that. And that number may change, but currently that's the idea. Thanks, Cave Spider. Appreciate it. Let's see. Maybe in the future, can we get updated movesets or skills for the old heroes because the no heroes will outshine them? That's a good question. So the idea isn't to make heroes that make the other ones, look bad in comparison. But that doesn't mean that the older heroes won't get any sort of updates or love. So maybe, but that's something we'll have to look into. Kareem is asking,
join what?
More linear set pieces like the one in the campaign, please. I think you're going to be happy with some of the content this summer. I will put it that way. There's certainly a lot more spectacle. Wow, that's not even a word. More spectacle coming to multiplayer. There, that's a declaration. Brownbow is asking, if a hero gets downed in patrol, how will that be handled? It depends. If you go in the penalty box, you'll respawn. Otherwise, you can get picked back up by somebody. But you don't get timed out permanently in patrols. Otherwise, that'd be pretty terrible. Remix Dark Wolf is asking, will we be at any gaming events this summer? Maybe. Dark Wolf is asking, are we going to get a mini-map instead of pressing up on D-pad for a Jarvis guide? The short answer is no. I understand why you would like a mini-map, and I would love to add more features so it's easier to find things. And actually, we're adding a new feature in Patrol. I'll see if I can get Greenlit to talk about it, but I mean, it's not going to be a mini-map, but it will help you find things. I will put it that way. I know that that's something that a lot of people are asking for. Let's see. Can Cap get new shield designs with future skins? Maybe. That's something we'd love to do, so we're looking into that.
I know they commented before on the emo wheel that it is something they want to do and are working on, I believe.
Modules and polycrons. We're actually looking into reworking how those things work with Gear 2.0, so there will be updates. And we know that there's a lot of challenges with the economy, with the resources, so that's something we're working on as well. Sheps John, yes, we have an Omega level threat that's about ready to go. If everything gets signed off on, it will more than likely be in the next patch, but don't hold me to that. That something could still happen, but it is getting very close. Thank you, Crimson Widow. Appreciate that. The cargo bot was one of my favorite things too. It's pretty awesome. Let's see. That's a good question. Nate Sticker's asking if any thoughts on an external app to manage gear, like in some other games. Not that I know of, but that doesn't mean there's no such thing. I'll ask to see if there's any plans for something like that. If I say I love the idea, I genuinely do like it, but I can't promise you features just because I like the ideas. It's a lot more
Phil,
complicated.
we're coming up here. I got hockey in a half hour, dude.
We have to talk
oh
about
my
it.
goodness,
we have to scope it. We have to cost it. We have to do it. There's a lot more involved in updating a video game than me just saying, I love this idea, I'm going to do it. Clearly, it's not that simple. If it was, I'd be doing this by myself, but I am not. So that's why I can't commit to anything, especially not when we're just talking about it casually. But if I do like something, I genuinely mean it. There's actually a fair amount of things that we've added to the game because we like the suggestions. No, Billy, that's not something we can confirm, whether or not we'll be present at any events.
Just end the stream, Phil. Phil, I gotta watch the Capitals and the Bruins in about a half hour there, bud.
Will Gear 2.0 do anything to change how existing skills function? Gear 2.0 by itself, no, not necessarily, but we are looking into things that modify the way you play. And I understand that's a bit of a vague answer, but just to recognize that what you're asking for is something that we're looking into.
Okay, that's a good answer. That's a great question. It's a good answer, because I think it sets the stage for like kind of the expectations for Gear 2.0. That was a great question.
Comments about PC optimization.
Great question.
Performance being rough. That's an ongoing effort. We've got people working on PC optimizations constantly. So yes. Dark Knight is asking, can cargo bots eventually drop exotics? Perhaps, but I don't believe they do currently. But I'll look into it just to make extra sure. Can TL Reaper. What do I think about Quicksilver Pietro? Cool. If you're asking if we're gonna add that character to the game, that's not something we've talked about. But I've always liked Quicksilver. I think he's a cool character.
All right, Phil,
Will
just
we ever reuse
leak
Modoc in the
something, dude.
multiplayer? A very strong maybe on that one.
Modoc multiplayer. Yes, there's voice lines that have been leaked. It's like a yes. Where did I write that? There it is. It's right here.
How do I feel about one of the hive floors being a boss fight? I think that's a cool idea.
Hmm. Why do I feel like Phil can like sit
I'm
here
not
for like 4
avoiding
hours and just
questions
answer
about
questions, you know?
monetizing boosters. I just don't have anything to say about that personally. I just don't have any information. When can we expect multiplayer mega hives? I don't know the exact when, but that is something that we're working on. Will Gear 2.0 be a gradual release or all at once? You've actually been seeing the gradual release. Some of the things we've been doing are part of Gear 2.0, like the better gear distribution. Carlos is asking, with vaccinations, are we going back to the studio? I haven't heard anything about that yet, but I'm sure eventually when it's safe to do so. COD Zast is asking, any more events coming? Yes, of course, absolutely. Any plans for gear set bonuses? The short answer is yes.
Sort of like that, isn't it, Leafy? Sort of like that. It's
what?
What?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Will photo mode come with comic book
I mean,
overlays? I don't know, but I'll ask to see if there's any updates coming to photo mode. I believe there are some planned upgrades for photo mode because we do love what you guys are doing with it. So I'll see if we can talk about that and when we can talk about it.
are past skins coming back? Did you not watch Esteban? Did you not watch my video?
Right, we're getting close to be at time, so I'll try
Esteban,
to answer more questions.
you're killing me, Esteban. You're hurting me. You're hurting my heart, man. You're like
we've missed today. I've been trying to keep up
you're hurting my heart,
everything,
dude.
I want to make sure I don't miss anything.
Hurting my heart, man. But yes, the answer is yes. Some skins, most of them, 98%.
I don't know that there's any plans to
No, I
change
didn't. My
that,
bad. No,
but
you're good,
I
dude. You're
know
good. I'm being a
that's
jerk, man. You're good. You're good.
That's been suggested more than once.
You're good.
The suggestion's been passed along. That's a good question. Any diminishing returns for stats after a certain ceiling? I actually don't know. I will ask the combat guys though and see. That's a good question, actually. I think that's probably something we can address when we talk about gear.
No, Esteban, dude, I was being a jerk, bro. It's my bad. But yes, there's most of the skins are right now in the character page. When you scroll under the costumes that you own, most of them are there. There are some that are missing
Toby,
though for those ones.
I've seen a lot of feedback about comic book drops from chests. I'm gonna go talk to somebody after the stream and see what's up.
Come on, Phil. Hyrule needs to see his hockey.
Or if they're in a different place, or I'll go confirm.
Oh man. Captain, I saw your comment, man. I'm sorry, dude.
New heroics to the existing characters. Not right now, but that doesn't mean we won't do it in the future.
What's up, Carson? Yo, man, why does Phil have no torso? He's got that green screen, bro.
I don't know who exactly got the sweet Avenger jackets.
You got that green screen.
I think if you
feel like a lot of stuff ain't coming to the expansion.
That's how that happened last time.
Yeah. Yeah, a few of the Hulk skins that have paint on them are gone. Yeah, not every skin is in there, but most of the skins that people probably do want are in that section.
Any updates coming to the marketplace UI? Yes. We're just not going to talk about them today, but yes, there are updates coming. Anime Baby, I don't know what other skins we're going to get with Black Widow, but like I said earlier, the cosmetic team saw all your feedback about Black Widow's hair and Hawkeye's hair and all that stuff.
Hairgate, baby.
Will there be more summons in the future? If you mean summoning entities yourself as a player, a strong maybe on that one. Sentry mode for Hulkbuster, that would be awesome and possibly overpowered, but I love that idea. Yeah, Brombo, it is going to be a great summer. There's some really cool stuff coming. Okay, we're about at time.
All right, guys.
I tried my best to answer as many.
No one cares about the hair, Derek. I mean,
I'm sorry if I missed.
You and I must run in very different circles, my friend.
It's mostly due to me not seeing it if I didn't answer it.
Did anyone ask about the XP changes for difficulty? No. Do you mean like?
To poke me on Reddit. I keep an eye on that.
Do you mean going upwards, so like challenge 2, challenge 3, challenge 4 DC?
As well. I hope you got some good answers today. Thank you for playing. Thank you for sending us the feedback. Hope you're enjoying the Red Room. Hope you're enjoying the new MCU skins. And we will see you guys next week, hopefully with a full complement of developers this time. I think we did okay. I mean, for being by myself, the stream didn't hitch. Nothing exploded. So I think that went well.
All right.
Thanks, guys. I hope you have a great weekend.
Thanks, Phil. That was beautiful. Fucking boomer. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, guys. All right. So I don't know how much I got, like maybe 20 minutes here. So I don't know what you guys want to do, man. I could do a little recap here of everything that was kind of said, and then maybe like one call. Maybe I don't even know if I'll have time for that. So like, how about this? We'll do the recap. Bro, you live in Ontario, but are a Capitals fan? Yeah. What are you trying to say, Leafy? Huh? What are you trying to say, dude? What are you trying to say? Huh? Where's Leafy? Listen, dude. Listen. Don't be coming at me, bro. Don't be coming at me, all right? Okay. End stream. Rogue. Leafs fan? Yeah, right. Listen, I like knowing that like when my team hits the ice, Leafy, there's a strong possibility they're gonna win. All right. If you recall tomorrow, how about no? Because I don't want to. I kind of want to spend tomorrow outside. How about? Would you guys be interested in doing viewer call-ins on Sunday with Stardust and I? Would that be something you guys would be interested in? As kind of like a makeup for that? Because then I'm already going live with Stardust, right? So would people want to do viewer call-ins then in like makeup of today? Yes. Okay. Yo, I'm a Flames fan. It's hot in Toronto right now. I'm dying, bro. It's like 30 degrees out, right? It's like 30 degrees outside today, man. Like, I might honestly like watch TV outside tonight. I might honestly watch TV outside, bro. No, not really, but okay. I'm sorry, Carson. All right, guys, let's do a quick little recap here, and then I'm going to go order some pizza, as is, you know, Canadian tradition of the best pizza around, and watch some hockey. All right, guys. So in terms of the Red Room, is there going to be weapon changes? They have talked about weapon skins are coming, but they have not given any updates specifically to weapon skins today in that sense. So Phil said they consider this a smaller event. They're aware of some of the issues with the Red Room. This would be waves not completing properly, and people are working on this stuff right now. There's a possibility that the issue comes from starting and not finishing. I don't think that's the case. I don't necessarily think this is the case at all. I think there's people. I think if Wright is still in here, Wright can probably attest to like he probably just started it and then it like spawned all the waves for him probably. Same thing with Lejeune. So I don't necessarily think this is the case. I think sometimes it just spawns all the enemies and it doesn't like progress. Champions levels. I think there's champion levels here. So the Modoc nameplate, obviously there's 2, one in the marketplace as well as one you get from being in the campaign. Updates on the suits that were released today. So power level 127 and 129. I posted the Discord message in my community tab, basically summarizing the changes that they are working on this. Gear vendor, basically you'll see gear appropriate for which hero, for the heroes in your party, regardless of which heroes you use. So you'll see, like, say, I think the example uses like 130 and a 30 Thor. You'll see 30 level gear for Thor versus like 130 for Iron Man. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Juan. I hear what you're saying. That's a big thing too for a lot of people, I think. War table in the UI when it shows uncommon rewards. It's the minimum you'll get from the mission, not the maximum. Not the maximum. Champion levels. We think this is working as it's supposed to. This is where a lot of people may disagree. And I know there's some things. I think if Tom is still in here, Tom mentioned that this could be a UI bug. Same with Derek, I believe, that they think this is a UI bug. Trying to do an update, show what we're supposed to be getting. Easier time seeing what you're supposed to get at stats related to a UI update. The plus 3%, sorry, the 3% versus the plus 3, we believe the system is working as it should. So they believe it's a UI bug. So the Red Room animated nameplate, which is not, people aren't being rewarded on it when they finish. They're working on it. The end game Iron Man green shoulders, they're working on that too. The Ruskaya mission chain reset. I think this reset before it was supposed to, right? If I'm correct on that one. I think they said they were looking into that. Or is this the Ruskaya? He said Ruskaya, but did he mean the Red Room one? He might have meant the Red Room one. What about the MCU skins? No MCU skins for the rest of May. So next week there's no MCU skins. There'll be more in June. So for Cap and Thor, you gotta wait for them for a little bit. So OLTs, Phil's playing one this afternoon. If it's good to go, it's coming out in the next patch. 3 are in work, but that number may change. The Hawkeye PlayStation Plus skin. Phil says he doesn't know what's up with that. He'll ask again. Multiplayer Mega Hives, we're working on that. It's coming, but he doesn't know the exact when. The gray gear from Mega Hive Rogue. Rogue, if you're in here, man, did you ask this question? I think he said Rogue, right? I think he said Red Room, but if I'm correct, it's the Mega Hive that's given the gray gear, right? The commons or whatever. I think Rogue asked that question, but I'll wait for Rogue to just double confirm that he asked that. Comics from Chess. I think this is just a lower drop rate. I know people are still getting them, but I think this is just a lower drop rate than what people are like used to. So, I think I've also heard that DNA chests are still giving them. So, I'm interested to see how this one pans out. I think it's just a lower drop rate. So, wait, there's a Hawkeye PlayStation exclusive skin. There is. It's 1610. It came out it came out when Hawkeye came out, or shortly after. Andy confirmed he's aware of the gray drops. Did Andy confirm he's aware of the gray drops? Did he confirm that? Tachyon event. We're looking very seriously into playing all the heroes all the time. No patrol update today. Nothing has changed in the last week or so, which to me sounds like they're still working through the approval process of what can be said. Grind for marketplace items. Phil said it's a complicated answer with that. Tony being able to open his armor / his helmet. Phil said it's a super cool idea, but basically things are more important ahead of this suggestion for implementation. The HUD / visual effects. We don't know if this is something that's going to happen. So people want to remove or reduce the amount of effects on screen, and that's where that comes from. More rewards for hero cards. We were working this a little bit. How we want to do that stuff. They want it to be more rewarding. Patch to change the skins in the 8-day cinematic. Not right now. They have to redo the skin. Oh, they have to redo the scene, sorry. But it's not cost effective. The Hairgate. And we're going to call this Hairgate. So Philip says some lessons learned in hair issues. Team that's working on cosmetics takes that very seriously. They want to meet yours and ours expectations. So Black Panther suggestions. BP has been designed for a little while, which to me says that Black Panther is essentially done. Other enemy types. There'll be other enemy types coming to the game. Pretty large faction coming this summer, which is Black Panther release. It sounds like Black Panther is on track for an August release. Sounds like August release to me. I've always said September to be safe, but the fact that he keeps saying summer to me says August. Loadouts is something we want to do. They've play tested loadouts when everyone thought it was Spidey and Black Panther. Do you guys remember when playtesting was going on and everyone was like thinking, oh, it's Spider-Man, it's Black Panther. In all honesty, guys, they were literally playtesting loadouts. So the fact that I don't know how that went. I don't actually know how the playtest went, but it's funny to me that he says something we want to do when for a lot of people it's we know that they playtested loadouts. I've been personally told that it was loadouts, so it's but sure. The Red Room permanent events come out for a while, then go away, and something takes this place. I would imagine if you just kind of make a bunch of noise and let them know that we want these permanent. I guess that's probably the best way to do it. Tachyon solo, let them know if you want this. Breakout is tuned differently because it's an onboarding mission to introduce us to them. So I guess someone mentioned Breakout specifically, how that you can do that solo, but I guess that's the answer for that one specifically. More puzzles with abilities. We'll look to add more puzzles. Weapon skins. There's nothing really talked about weapon skins other than I think the cap one with the different shield is something they want to do. Grapple bug. Not aware of exactly what's wrong and what's being fixed. Loki villain sector. Haven't announced anything like that right now. War table UI change. This is something we want to improve on. Visibility on missions, rewards, and frequency of certain villains who want to show up day after day. Modoc villain sector, maybe, but voice lines have been leaked talking about Modoc clones. Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange, love to do, but haven't announced that. Mcu Skins after Endgame. Phil doesn't know himself. So it'll be interesting to see what they do there. That to me means moving forward, they're going to make sure the hair is right. Yeah, that's what I got too out of that. Any plans for cross progression between platforms? Not right now, no. I'll ask if there's any future plans for something like that. Phil would like crossplay in. Changing patterns, a part of crossplay. Wait, what did I write here? I don't know what I wrote here. Add space to the inventory locker. Phil says he doesn't know, but he'll ask. Rework a gear. Stats should be a lot more meaningful. One, a much better UI to understand the stats better. And two, gear that is much better tuned, which we're seeing already with the 1.7 rework, I think, with a lot of gear. End of the mission, not sticking you in place. Phil says he's not in love with the end of our mission flow, which means sometimes when you end a mission, basically, if you have gear that's kind of scattered about, you don't have the chance to go get it. So maybe that's something to look at fixing in the future. Why is Red Room not multiplayer? Phil says technical engineering reasons. We want to have a big focus on making things multiplayer in the future. Enemy type, they won't be robots. So this is in regards to future DLC, which is War for Wakanda. Super Adaptoid villain sector. Phil replied that he's a super adaptoid thing that's coming. First OLT. Any chance of Asgard or Stark Tower? Really love to do those. Really love to do those. They're awesome environments. Wakanda. Wakanda has very interesting bad guys. I kept saying Wanda. Most comic book inspired, cool, high action stuff we've done in multiplayer. Someone in chat noticed that Phil may have confirmed Killmonger. I'm going to leave this up, but unconfirmed. 160 enemies, rework and difficulty, so that's something we're looking into. Spider-Man, no Spider-Man news. Loki continuation. I would like to continue that story, Phil says. The roadmap, we'll get everything in order, then release another one. I think this was when I fucked with my notepad, so I think this is like, I'm paraphrasing. But I'm pretty sure this is the plan regardless. Let's do that. Gear 2.0 affecting current builds. The idea is that we add on top of what we have. Gear 2.0 won't change skills by itself, but they're looking to modify the way we play. And that Gear 2.0 is a slow gradual release versus all at once. 1.7 was a part of that. No new teasers. Horde mode. I'd love to add a horde mode. And then someone in chat, I forgot who it was. They posted Outpost Survival Defense. Is this in relation to Wakanda? I must have missed something there. Sorry about that. More set pieces like the one of the campaign. Phil says, I think you're going to be happy with the content in the summer. More spectacle coming with multiplayer. If your hero gets down in patrol, how will that work? So Phil says, if you go into the penalty box, you'll respawn, or you can get picked up by someone. So penalty box, I think, is the penalty box, I would imagine at this point, is like a countdown timer. And then if you go down and you don't get revived in a countdown timer, then you respawn. Gaming events this summer, E3/Square Enix summer presentation. They're in one of them. I don't know which one they're in. More than likely both. I want to say both. E3 is a good chance to showcase like some new Black Panther stuff. Whereas like the Square Enix summer presentation might be a good. They're probably in both. They're probably in both. I would lean more towards this one, but there's nothing saying they can't be in E3 as well. So I would expect them in both, but we'll see. We'll see. Minimap, the short answer is no. Cap shield design. So this is related to weapon skins. Maybe that's something we'll love to do. Resources, reworking these things alongside Gear 2.0. Thoughts in an external app to manage gear. Similar to like DIM for anyone who plays Destiny. Basically, Phil will ask about that. What's going on, Andrew? How you doing, buddy? PC optimization, ongoing effort, cargo bots dropping exotics in the future. Whoops. Phil says perhaps. High floors being a boss fight. I think it's a cool idea. Monetizing boosters. Phil doesn't have any information about that currently. The office. I know people are wondering about they're going back to the office plans. There's nothing to be said about any of those plans right now. Events. More events are coming. Photo mode. Upgrades are coming to photo mode. Diminishing returns for stats. This is actually a really good question too. As we kind of figure out this champion system. Phil doesn't know, but he's going to ask the combat guys about diminishing returns. Future aerobics, not right now. Marketplace UI updates, they're coming, and more summons in the future. A strong maybe on that one, which I've always said is a stupid idea if you only do one. And then Sentry mode for Hulkbuster. Phil basically just says he loves that idea. So I think Captain Marvel and She-Hulk could get revealed. Yeah, for E3, that's actually a good point there. You know, look to the future with E3 and look to Black Panther for Square Enix Presents. Interesting. Sounds like Red Room was a budget thing to want something that was going to cost a lot and he was engaged. I feel like they only did it so they could release the MCU outfits, because imagine releasing with no events. That's probably on point, man. That's probably on point with the actual real reason for it. So M'Baku sounds more believable than Killmonger. I think there's probably a world where we get a bunch of villains with Wakanda. There's probably a world where we get a bunch of them, but we'll have to wait and see, man. So yeah, so obviously, guys, this wasn't like a huge, crazy dev stream. For me personally, like the biggest thing is that OLTs, like the first one could be in the next patch. But that could still be like, you know, that's if it doesn't get delayed, right? So we'll have to wait and see. So from my understanding, don't grind so hard for gear right now till Gear 2.0. It's tough to say, Darius, because like right now, the gear that you're getting right now it can be a massive improvement over the gear that you have right now, because the gear that you could get is rolling higher to the max than gear that you get right now. I've seen a lot of gear that is rolling really high. So say, for example, you're playing and your gear isn't like the greatest. It might be worth it for you to go on and just try to get a few pieces here and there to try and upgrade. I don't think Gear 2.0 is going to be like they're going to shove everything you have out of the way and give you all this new gear. I think it's going to be like a slow bridge and to like get you new stuff, right? And I think it's so tough to say when you have a gear rework coming and then you just kind of introduce like a new higher rolled gear right now, because like, yeah, it gives you that impression that like maybe you shouldn't grind right now, but it totally depends where you're at, I guess. What's Gear 2.0? Gear 2.0 is a bunch of systems related to gear. So this includes like I think it's going to include like gear rerolls. I don't know about perks, but I would imagine you might be able to play around with some perks. The idea is that the gear just becomes a little more meaningful. Say, for example, you have a gear piece and you want to take it with you farther along your journey. There'll be like the ability to do that will be in place as well. So gear should be able to level up higher with you as you go through like your kind of process there as well. Notice a smile on Phil's face when asked about Avengers at summer events. Yeah, I mean, basically, like I said earlier, Bull. I mean, there's a good chance they're at both E3 as well as the Square Enix Presents. There's definitely something going on. I imagine like this one's probably a lock, and this one I'm a little unsure about. But they're definitely part of Square Enix presentation for sure. Why do we need Gear 2.0? Well, gear right now, gear pre 1.7 versus post 1.7, gear 1.7 rolls a lot higher, which means you might get gear that's a lot more valuable to you in order to kind of build your character up. The systems in play that they're adding just gives you more. It gives you the ability to mess around with gear in ways that you can't right now. Say, for example, you like a gear piece, but you want to change out one of the stats. With Gear 2.0, it sounds like you'll be able to change out one of the stats to really get the gear that you want in the way that you want it, without having to go and regrind everything over again in order to get the one piece with the 3 stats that you want it, or the 2 stats that you want it, right? It just gives you another layer of freedom in order to kind of give you the stat piece that you actually want in order to kind of make the character that you want in order to go into this harder content. Basically, that's what it is. I'll use them on the grind because the sound of the 14th floor over and over. I can't go through that again. I got over 50 exotics. I hear you, Darius. I hear you, man. I hear you, dude. That's what I'm waiting for OLTs myself, man. I'm going to be very disappointed if OLTs get delayed. If this first one doesn't come out with 1.8 and it gets delayed to like 1.9, I'm going to be one very unhappy camper, man. Like I'm gonna be very unhappy for sure. So I'm hopefully that doesn't happen. All right, guys, but that's it for the stream, man. So we're gonna do call-ins on Sunday. So Sunday at 3 p.m. Stardust and I obviously are gonna go live. I think him and I are gonna go. We're gonna go over the Red Room, and we're gonna go over kind of what we thought of the Red Room. If you kind of saw our Twitters last night, you kind of have an idea of where we stand right now. But we'll talk all about it on Sunday, and then we'll basically what we're gonna do is if you guys have any questions, we're gonna bring people on. It's probably gonna be a shorter episode. So we'll see what happens. Hold on. It will be smart business plan to have Cosmic Cube with the week of E3 and the rest of MCU Outfits depending on what they've planned on showing there. It's true. That's true. Bro, people told me that Red Room was going to have a story. I think the fans should stop saying lies because it doesn't help. Who told you it was going to have story? I don't know who told you it was going to have story, man. I'm sorry that you got duped by someone, man. I mean, it like all things considered, it is not my favorite thing going on in the game right now, but did they say it was gonna have story? I'd have to go back and like think about it, because I know they said like. So here's the problem with the. I'll give you guys a little teaser of my Red Room thoughts. Okay, little teaser before I go watch hockey, because I'm gonna go enjoy my night. I'm not gonna think about Avengers after I get off stream tonight. So I'll lay you guys out with a little bit. There was a lot wrong about the way they talked about the Red Room, right? The way they kind of tease Yelena and give you the impression that Yelena is going to have some part of it, right? And the fact of the matter is, they should have never talked about Yelena as a character or Yelena being involved if they have no impression of using the character outside of like some voice, not even some voice lines, some text lines, and like some stuff on like social media or whatever, right? The fact of the matter is that if you're gonna name a character, right, and like the Loki stuff is a totally different ballgame, right? Because at least Loki is somewhat teased in the game, right? But they never even gave you any indication that Yelena was going to be in it whatsoever in terms of the actual in-game. Basically, they said like, yo, Yelena is controlling all this, which gets you the impression that Yelena is going to be in the game without Yelena actually being in the game. So last night on Twitter, I said like, you know, if you're going to name drop a character, at least have plans to use the character. Because to me, what's going to happen is players are not going to trust what is said outside of the game, right? So say for example, you get another event, they say like, oh, like this character's coming to this event, right? Now the problem is they've set the expectation that if they name drop a character, you can't expect that character to actually be in an event, right? It's shitty. It's shitty. It's so shitty, you know? It's so shitty. I have no idea what you said, Fatty Vlogs. But peace and love, dude. Peace and love. So like, I don't know, like, I guess like maybe they talked about there was a little bit of story that was going to take place within the Red Room. So yeah, I don't know. It's so shitty, man. Like everything to do with the Red Room is just so fucking shit. I can handle a lot of the other criticism going on with the game right now. If they had at least given us the Yelena boss fight, right? I can handle that the Red Room is kind of like not the greatest. It's still kind of fun, but it's not the greatest. The mission chains are like pretty simple. It takes you 3 hours to do it, no problem. I would have been able to handle all that if they gave us like a reskinned Widow with the Yelena boss fight. But the problem is they never even did that. So it's just like, it's like a gut punch over and over, you know? Why is all the movies in Spider-Man PS4 free and the movies in Avengers you have to pay for? Two different monetization systems, my man. Give me your best dad joke. Oh, dude, I don't have dad jokes. I want a movie white suit for Widow. Come on. I still think that's possible. Muzz. Alonzo, I wish I had dad jokes, dude. I don't got dad jokes, bro. First thing you said was Red Room Takeover was a small event, but it's the biggest one so far. I don't want to put too much on them, Leafy, but it's the same thing as Andy deflecting the other week, right? Andy, like, remember when everyone was upset about the Ruskay protocols, and then what did Andy say regarding, hold on, let me pull up my paste bin, hold on. Basically, right? Ruskay pre-event, never something big or fancy. And it's just like, I mean, how many times can you guys deflect from criticism? You know, like, And that's my problem, right? Is like with the Ruskay protocols, they never told us what to expect from it. So players kind of like were like, oh, what is this going to be, right? With the Red Room takeover, they kept name dropping Yelena, so players are going to expect some sort of Yelena appearance, right? Whether it's an appearance or a voice line or a boss fight, right? Any of those three people are going to expect. When you don't hit any of those three, and then you come out and say this, we consider this a smaller event. Well, it's just like to us, then it's just like it's I don't know. It hurts, man, because at the end of the day, it felt like there was stuff on the table they left, and unfortunately it's just like, why, you know? I think honestly, I said this on Twitter last night, I would much rather be in a conversation today where you guys are like, Yelena was a reskin widow, you know? I'd rather be having that conversation than the conversation where I'm disappointed because I didn't get any sort of mention of Yelena, right? And that's where my disappointment lies. I would much rather you guys come in here and be like, Yelena's a fucking reskin. Fuck that. Fuck this. Lazy developers. I'd much rather have that conversation than me sitting here disappointed that now I'm once again not logging into Avengers because I have nothing else to do with my time. Like I have nothing else to do in Avengers, and I don't have a new boss fight, you know? And it's just like, what am I supposed to do, you know? But it is what it is, I guess. That's kind of like my little preview of like what Stardust and I are going to go into on Sunday, I guess. I don't know. Like I said yesterday, man, if you guys are enjoying the Red Room Takeover, though, and you guys are sitting there, you log in, you have fun with it, like by all means, like the actual Red Room Takeover stuff in the harm room, that's a lot of fun. Like that's still a lot of fun. It's just like the circumstances surrounding the harm room that I just find ruin my enjoyment of it, you know? And that's the part that really bugs me a little bit. So I don't want to be toxic or anything. When we look at Marvel Future Fights, there's a big difference. On top of the Future Fights, 100% accuracy in different movesets. Which one? Realistic? They already said when it comes to the hair, man, they're gonna do better. You can come up with dad jokes on Sunday. I got you. You have to respect the player's time. I feel the same, bro. Especially no cap MCU for now. Yeah. No reason at all to log in for a while. Yeah, I mean, like. I mean, that's the thing. I said it last night. I don't want to grind for gear, right? I don't want to grind for gear when I don't know when the end of the loop is coming, right? So I don't know when LLTs are coming. 1.8 is still probably like second week of June, right? So I still have 1.8 to wait for. That's if it gets approved, right? I don't want to grind for champions levels for the same way, and I don't necessarily want to grind for comics when they're going to rework the system. So it's like, what do I do at this point? I sit here with a thumb up my ass, I guess. But will they fix the hair? I don't know if they're going to retroactively fix the hair, Carson, but it sounds like they're going to make it better for future releases. So, excuse me. But that's it, guys. That's it. Like I said, if you guys are having fun, man, by all means, don't let my disappointment kind of bleed over to you guys, right? My disappointment should not impact anyone else's enjoyment of something. You know, my disappointment is solely on my shoulders, and I don't want that to like ruin anyone else's enjoyment, right? But with that being said, guys, I will see you guys on Sunday. Stardust and I will be here on 3 p.m. on Sunday, and we will talk all about everything going on, including the Red Room Takeover. The buffed exotics motivated me, to be honest, and that's fair, Leafy. That's totally fair, man. Everyone's gonna have different reasons to log in, right? So like someone like you, for example, is gonna look at the buffed exotics and say like, this is my motivation now to log in, and that's totally cool. Don't let me fucking sour on that parade or whatever, right? Like that's totally cool. But for me, I need a light at the end of the tunnel, right? And if there's no light at the end of the tunnel, then I don't want to keep traveling down the tunnel, so to speak, right? So that's just kind of where I'm at, man. That's kind of where I'm at. Guys, before I go, guys, 10 p.m. tonight, man. 10 p.m. tonight, we're doing a Discord watch party, man. We're doing Modoc tonight. All right. So if you guys want to come hang out in the Discord, we're doing Modoc tonight, 10 p.m. Hopefully I'm not sad that the Caps lost. Hopefully I'm very happy that they won. So if you guys are around and you guys have some time, man, feel free to join us for the Modoc watch party. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, OLT's 2 to 3 weeks away is also exciting. Let's cross your fingers, cross your toes, man. Cross your fingers, cross your toes. And we'll wait and see. All right, guys. With that being said, man, enjoy the rest of your Friday night. If I see you tonight, man, I look forward to seeing you guys tonight. If not, I'll see you guys Sunday. Probably gonna be sleeping. No, you're good, man. You're good. What is an OLT? Yeah, real quick, Sean. So OLT is end game content, man. Think of raid content or dungeon content from any other game. Time zone, it's gonna be 10 p.m. Eastern. 10 p.m. Eastern. Oh, Mr. Tun's in the UK. Yeah, Mr. Tun's in the UK. All right, guys. My hockey is just about to start, man. Holy shit. All right, go Caps, guys. I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, evening, and I'll see you guys later on tonight, man. See ya.